My name is Alan, and we are back with more Know Your Members of Congress for the 119th Congress. But before we get into the video, if you want to donate to me, there is ways you can, but don't put yourself in under financial strain. If you've got bills to pay, other things like that, pay them. Life's hard enough as it is already. But if you do have money you can spare and you do wish to donate, please, I'll accept it. It's usually just me, myself, and I that make these videos. I do have two ways you can donate: a coffee and a Patreon account that will be in the description box below the video. Coffee allows you to make smaller or one-time donations, while the Patreon is a month-to-month system. Anyway, with that said, let's jump into the video here. Today, we are looking at Senator Chuck Grassley, who is one of two senators for the state of Iowa. He is a Republican, and before he took office in the House of Representatives, he was preceded in office by, I think it was Harold Royce Gross. And then before he took over office to become senator, he was preceded in office by John Culver. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at who Chuck Grassley is as an individual. He was born in New Hartford, Iowa on September the 17th, 1933. Attended the public schools, graduated from the University of Northern Iowa in Cedar Falls, Iowa in 1955. Received a graduate degree from the same university in 1956. Pursued graduate work at the University of Iowa in Iowa City, Iowa, 1957 to 1958. Was engaged in agriculture. Part-time university instructor, member of the Iowa House of Representatives, 1959 to 1974, before being elected in 1974 as a Republican to the 94th Congress. Re-elected to the 95th and 96th Congresses. Was not a candidate in 1980 for re-election to the House of Representatives, but was elected to the Senate in 1980, re-elected in 86, 92, 98, 2004, 2010, 2016, and again in 2022 for the term ending January 3rd, 2029. So yeah. Now, let's go ahead and look at the committees he is on. He is on the Committee on Agriculture, he is on the Committee on Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry, of which he's on the subcommittee on Commodities, Derivatives, Risk Management, and Trade, the Subcommittee on Food and Nutrition, Specialty Crops, Organics, and Research, and the Subcommittee on Rural Development, Energy, and Credit. He's on the Committee on Finance, of which he's on the Subcommittee on International Trade, Customs, and Global Competitiveness, the Subcommittee on Social Security, Pensions, and Family Policy, of which He is chairman, and the Subcommittee on Taxation and IRS Oversight. He's on the Committee on the Budget. He's on the Committee on the Judiciary, of which he is chairman. He is on the Joint Committee on Taxation and a member of the United States Senate Caucus on International Narcotics Control. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 individual donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Its full name being the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association. It is a U.S.-based federation with 33 independent and locally operated companies that provide health insurance to more than 115 million people in the U.S. as of 2022. It was formed in 1982 from the merger of its two namesake organizations, Blue Cross being founded in 1929 and becoming the Blue Cross Association in 1960, and Blue Shield emerging in 1939 and becoming the Blue Shield Association in 1948. It's headquartered in Chicago, Illinois. It claims to control access to the Blue Cross Blue Shield trademarks and names across the U.S. in more than 170 countries, which it then licenses to affiliated companies for specific exclusive geographic service areas. It has affiliated plans in all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico, and licensees offering plans in several foreign countries, and also participates in nationwide health insurance program for employees of the U.S. federal government. Altogether, it has donated $92,000, and once again, that's Blue Cross Blue Shield. Next, at number 2, we have Blackstone Group, and it is an American alternative investment management company based in New York City that was founded in 1985 as a mergers and acquisitions firm by Peter Peterson and Steven Schwartzman, who had previously worked together at Lehman Brothers. Its private equity business has been one of the largest investors in leveraged buyouts in the last 3 decades, while its real estate business has actively acquired commercial real estate across the globe. It is also active in credit, infrastructure, hedge funds, secondaries, growth equity, and insurance solutions. As of September 30th, 2025, it has $1.2 trillion in total assets under management, making it the world's largest alternative investment firm. Altogether, it has donated $53,105, and once again, that's the Blackstone Group. Next, at number 3, we have the National Republican Senatorial Committee. It is a Republican Hill Committee for the U.S. Senate working to elect Republicans to the Senate, and was founded in 1916 as the Republican Senatorial Campaign Committee, and was reorganized in 1948 and renamed the National Republican Senatorial Committee. It has been chaired by Senator Tim Scott in South Carolina since 2025. It also helps Republican incumbents and challengers primarily through fundraising, and is headquartered in Washington, D.C. Altogether, it has donated $51,200, and once again, that's the National Republican Senatorial Committee. Next, at number 4, we have Poet LLC. And they are a U.S. biofuel company that specializes in the creation of bioethanol and is privately held, which was originally called Broen Companies and headquartered in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. In 2007, the Renewable Fuels Association named Poet the largest U.S. ethanol producer, creating 1.1 billion U.S. gallons, or 4,200,000 meters cubed of fuel per year. Poet currently produces 3 billion gallons of ethanol per year, a 19% of all ethanol produced in the U.S. It operates 34 ethanol plants spread across Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, Missouri, Ohio, Minnesota, and South Dakota. Among its co-products in the process are feed ingredients such as distillers' grains, syrup, and corn oil, along with the additional co-products including asphalt rejuvenator, liquefied CO2, and dry ice. It was founded in 1986. Altogether, it has donated $45,800, and once again, that's Poet LLC. Finally, in 5th, we have the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association. And they represent the interest of over 900 electric cooperatives in the U.S. which are not for profit and are owned by their membership. Founded in 1942, the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, or NRECA, unites the country's generations, transmission, and distribution cooperatives found in 47 states, serving over 40 million people. It's headquartered in Arlington, Virginia. It serves 12% of the nation's population, yet owns 42% of America's distribution lines, covering 3/4 of the country. Over 90% of electric cooperatives include renewable generation in their portfolios, receiving 11% of their total power from renewable sources compared to 8% for the entire utility sector. In December of 2020, co-ops under NRECA won $1.6 billion from the FCC's Rural Digital Opportunity Fund to provide rural broadband service to approximately 900,000 locations. And in February 2021, NRECA's Matheson filed an appeal to the FCC for also awarding SpaceX's Starlink internet service funds. SpaceX was awarded $886 million to cover nearly 650,000 locations. Matheson noted that Starlink service was still in beta testing, not a proven technology. But yeah, altogether, they have donated $45,000, and once again, that's the National Rural Electric Cooperative Association. Now, let's go ahead and look at the top 5 industry donors and contributors over the last election cycle. At the top, number 1, we have Retired, who altogether have donated $1,709,845. Next at number 2 is Securities and Investment, who altogether have donated $907,712. Next at number 3 is Real Estate, who altogether have donated $557,630. Next at number 4 is Health Professionals, who altogether have donated $535,169. And in fifth, we have insurance, who altogether have donated $483,022. Now, let's go ahead and look at the donors at a glance. Blue Cross Blue Shield, boo, suck. Blackstone Group, boo, suck. National Republican Senatorial Committee, boo, suck. Poet LLC, normally I would boo suck another gas, but ooh, it still has uses. National Rural Electric Cooperative Association, okay, good. Industry-wise, retired, great, absolutely wonderful. Securities and investment, boo, suck. Real estate, ooh. Health professionals, good, great. Insurance, ooh. But yeah, two really good ones and one that's fairly good. I think that's what we'll rate it. And I mean, he does have some decent donors, but he also has some real stinkers. But anyway, this has been a look at Senator Chuck Grassley, who is one of the two senators for the state of Iowa. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tells you something you have trouble believing, ask them to cite their sources. And it can't just be blog post or some tinfoil hat wearing site. I'll be putting my links and sources in the description box below the video. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.